Okay, now where do I start here? I was going through a box that I had on my shelf with a title on the box called Lit Projects. It was written on the label, and I thought I'd best have a look inside. And this is one of the things that I found. So I'm going to just take you up a bit. Oops, sorry about that. Let's go. There we go. Some of the stuff that I'm going to add because this book was never completed, and I need to. And then I found this. I'm going to show you this in a second. Flip through it, and I also found this. So it's kind of like a. I thought it was a Christmas present, but it's Easter time, so I guess it's an Easter present. Yay! Isn't it wonderful how things just come into our lives like that? So I'm opening this to see what we've got inside. This I started a long time ago, so I have no idea what I had put in here. I knew I was making a story of Peter Rabbit, and I had lots of different bits and pieces to go in the book that I had prepared and tucked away. So when I got to that point, I could start to add these bits. But anyway, here they are. So these little guys go like this. They're double-sided. And I guess you can, I don't know, they go in a pocket or something. Not sure what they were from, but I have more of them. And some other little bits. And some doilies, and these look like little seed pocket envelopes. And there's the story about Beatrix Potter. So that's nice to include that as well. Now this is a harder piece, so that's kind of like a cover. This is some beautiful digital print. I'm not sure who I got that from, but and then there's some more pieces here. What the heck is that? I guess goes that way. And some are digital kits, and some I just found on the internet. You know, Google it, and I don't sell my books. I just make them as gifts. So if the book is just going as a gift to somebody, you can use whatever you want in the book. So this is another piece of that similar tatting. That's a tatting. I think it's called tatting. Not tatting. Oh, you know what I mean. Ticking. This is part of the same kit, and there's more ticking there. I love that. And anyway, so in here, here's something else that has been started. There's an envelope there and some cool material there. And so I thought I'll put this stuff, and then there's another one. And there's some beautiful ribbons. These, I guess, were the colors that I had thought about going with. I'm now, you know, thinking about some of these polka dotted ribbons that I've got because they're nice and jolly and bright and beautiful. And there's also the velvet ribbon as well. So we'll see what direction this takes. Probably won't put something like that in here because this is more of a book for children. But of course I do have a ton of those. And I've got lots of buttons and other things that I can use to embellish it. So let's have a quick peek through this. There's that ticking again. And this is a story that I started putting in. I caught the story from somewhere, and then I printed it out. And then I just cut the pieces out as I wanted them to go into this book on the separate pages. And then I see I've got blanks. And then a door. The wood was full of rabbits' holes, and in the nearest, sandiest hole of all lived Benjamin Ant and his cousins, Flopsy, Mopsy, Cottontail, and Peter. So I think I had the idea, of course, to make this into an actual door. Cute. So I wanted to do some interactive things like that. And then, yeah. So we might as well just continue going through this one. And then I'll come back to the other one. And there's more of the story. This is relating to the pictures here. More of that ticking. Now these, like I say, they're all only printed on one side. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that, but we'll see. Because I thought what I'd do is work on this book and maybe complete it and hopefully complete it and give it to a friend of mine who's just got a little girl now. This is another different little baby. They're all my younger friends are having babies. How wonderful. So this is material stamped. All kinds of wonderful little things in here. So this is not glued down, but look at that paper, so nice, so cute. I guess I was thinking that's that ticking. And so the book pages have been organized quite nicely as the story unfolds. So, and there's the center page. Isn't that beautiful? That might be a really nice cover page. Ooh, I'll have to keep that in mind. I might change that. And so, I hope you're going to watch and join me as we, these little mice, so cute. Can you see that? It's got a little bit of material, a little ribbon, strung here. So follow, and if you have suggestions or and ideas that you think would be really cool, let me know. I would love to be able to just make a real community kind of book out of this. And this is the little thing about the handkerchief. Presently, Peter Rabbit let the pocket handkerchief go again. Well, I don't know what's going on there. It says Peter heard noises worse than ever. His eyes were as big as lollipops. That's the picture I'd put in there. Perfect. You see that? Okay, so this is fun. I've done some stitch stamping around the edges of the story, and when Peter got home, his mother forgave him because she was so glad to see that he had found his shoes and coat. So this part 2. Is it part 2 or is that part of this same story? Anyway, this one has got a different binding. This has got like a pamphlet binding stitch for the binding. Oh, that's probably what it will be anyway. And then there's this flip foldy deal, which I'm not sure where that'll go. Maybe on the front or back. And then there's some pieces to add and bits of this and that will go in. And then there's this original book, which is what I remembered that I had somewhere. I knew I had this book somewhere, but I wasn't sure what kind of, what it was like. You know, I couldn't remember at all what had been stitched like, what the bindings were like, anything about it. I knew that I had typed up a story and I had collected a bunch of Peter Rabbit book pages. But anyway, it's great to have found it, and there's the polka dotted kerchief that was Peter Rabbit's, the one I just showed you here that he had dropped in the garden. And so let's go through this one. This one has this kind of a binding on it. And that's cool. And I had saved this, The Tale of Peter Rabbit by Beatrix Potter. First published 1902. Wow. Printed and bound in British Columbia, Canada by Auntie Jack of Wild Things Bookmaking. Wow. Well, I'm now White Raven, so I'm still Auntie Jack. Excuse me. That's a long time ago. So let's just see what's happening here. So, like I said, this book is done with this this kind of binding where you put the little pieces in, and then you take them to the next page, and then you put 2 pieces in, and then they go to the next page, and then you add these 3, and then they go under. I don't know if this is the proper way to do it or the way that most people do it, but this is the way I did it. So let's flip through here real quick. So this is the story. Once upon a time there were 4 little rabbits. Well, this is, of course, the story of The Tale of Peter Rabbit. So there's some material here with some numbers, some washi tape. These pages are heavier, and they have been sewn around, machine stitched, pardon me. And there's a few little embellishments on these, but it's mostly numbers here, little flips and little bits. So there we go. So these 2 may not go together. Like this book may not go with this book in the end. They may be 2 separate books. We'll see. Like I say, if you want to come along on the journey, that would be great. Some little embellishments here. Yeah, that's all been added. These, that's that material. That's from that. So little kind of wicker fencing. So I'm going to just add things to these books so that I can give them away. 8 and 9. So there's numbers counting on here up to 10. Peter began to cry. Oh. Then he tried to find his way straight across the garden, but he became more and more puzzled. Recently he came to the pond where Mr. McGregor filled his water cans. Aw, there's my little kitty who just came home after a 1.5 years out and about. I guess she went on walkabout, but she came home now and she ain't interested in going out. So I'm glad. Anyway, this is the story about Mr. McGregor hung up the little jacket and the shoes for a scarecrow to frighten the blackbirds. Peter never stopped running or looked behind him till he got home to the big fir tree. And there he is, passed out. Mom's making carrot soup. And there they are. And they all got to drink and have eat, but he was too pooped. He was from his big adventure. So some little pins on here. Love that. This is another hard piece. This is probably the back cover. So anyway, that's what I'm going to be up to. So if you want to join me, stay tuned. It's Jackie from White Raven Book Rook on Vancouver Island, where the White Ravens live. So I'd love to see you if you want to join me. I look forward to it. Take care. Talk to you again soon. Bye.